Hello everyone, my name is Maria and this is Maintenance Therapy. Today I decided to select some set of festive Christmas knits, and some of those are free, some of those are not, but overall I decided to give an inspiration to start some Christmas knits this year. Obviously that's already some time that we should start those, especially if they are some gift needs. But I wanted to choose something for myself mostly and share with you some ideas that I've selected for myself and decided to share with you. So there will be some sweaters patterns and some more decorational pieces to decorate your Christmas tree or your home for the festive season. I'm wearing sweater number 15 by my favorite since knitwear. I decided to select this one as, I would say, festive color, green. That's the only reason, and that's the only thing that I have in such style. I have not made some Christmas sweaters before. That's why I don't have one to wear for this video, and that's the most thematical one that I have, I guess. Yeah, so we will start with some sweaters selection because I think that's the main theme and the most interesting part of these Christmas needs ideas. So let's call those festive sweaters. Maybe you have already seen that Knitted for Olive or Pernille Larsen, the designer, has created the whole set, the whole collection for the whole family with different Christmas sweaters. There are some Christmas vests, hats. Not sure if there are some cardigans. I guess no. But overall, there are several ideas for the color work. There is a little bit of a color work and lots of stockinette, and I think that you can make those start with yourself, for example, this year, and continue this tradition for your relatives to have in the result in a few years the whole set for your family and be ready to make some Christmas photos, for example. I like this idea a lot and still considering making a few of those for my family. I think that's really great idea. It's called snow sweaters mostly, so let's call it snow collection. All of the designs incorporate some color work, as I mentioned, and the sweaters are made on 4mm needles. It's recommended one for 21 stitches gauge per 10 centimeters, and holding fingering weight, obviously Knitted for Olive merino yarn and soft silk mohair. So it's kinda could be just simple DK weight yarn, I guess, or thicker fingering, for example. It depends on your result that you want to reach, because if you live in not very cold region, for example, you just can skip this silk mohair part to make it not too warm, especially when the whole family are gathered together. It's very warm in the house or in the room, but everyone is just chatting and hanging around, so that's up to you to decide, but obviously that silk mohair adds a bit of warmth to the sweaters. For example, this one also has some silk mohair in it, and it's quite warm for me to sit here even for filming video just by myself in a room, so it depends on your needs. The next one is holly sweater, just because it was some of the probably previous year designed by Pernille Larsen as well. That's a little bit simpler color work, I would say, incorporating little bubbles ideas, but you can skip those and make them just with some stitch instead of it. I know that some people just don't like bubbles, so it's up to you, of course. But generally, I think it could be like a starting point for your color work sweater if you want to make something really festive for the Christmas part, for the Christmas period. I mean, so yeah, this is the gauge is the same, so not a lot of difference here, just a different design. Previous year is what it was like a lighter version for this holly sweater, and this year for the snow collection there are like dark deep colors incorporating some green Christmas trees, so wholly different look, I would say. So you can make both and enjoy having several Christmas sweaters. One more idea for the Christmas sweater is festive yoke pullover by Skeindeer knits. This one is also recommending 4mm needles using sport weight yarn, but the gauge is 24 stitches per 10 centimeters. A bit non-traditional gauge for 4mm needles, but that's maybe probably because of not having silk mohair incorporated in this one. So festive yoke pullover using only 2 colors for the color work, but you can try to change that idea and do something yourself and design it for your needs, or make the color work only on the top part, on the yoke, and then just keep the rest of it, or vice versa, continue doing some color work not only on the yoke but through the whole garment. It depends on you and on your strengths while making color work, of course. One more sweater idea for this Christmas is called Christmas Doodle sweater. This one is using DK weight merino yarn, 24 stitches per 3.5mm needle. This version of the sweater I selected because it has lots of options, lots of varieties of the color work that you can add for your sweater, but generally you can do more or less. It depends on you, just enjoy knitting some color work and that's it. Probably this video will just turn into some color work knits for this Christmas. And the last one that I selected for this set of Christmas sweaters is called Northern Augustins number 6 by Anne-Sophie Velling. Probably you have heard about this sweater already. It includes really nice minimalistic design. Most of the color work is done only on the yoke, but you can also select which one you like, which one you don't like and don't want to add, for example, to your sweater. I love this little Christmas bows and some little presents, so it's really nice pattern. I have already bought one for myself, but not sure that I will be able to knit it this year, but I would love to have one for myself. 4mm 20 stitches gauge for 10 centimeters using merino plus kid silk mohair, fingering weight merino plus silk mohair yarn. So kind of similar to the Pernille Larsen ideas gauge. So you can just select some fingering or DK weight yarn and decide which one you want to make yourself. The main thing about the construction of all of these sweaters is that they have the round yoke. It means that all the increases are done in round, so it's very beginner friendly. This is why I like saying that some of the simpler color work patterns are really beginner friendly just because of it, because knitting in round doing some increases goes really easy and quick. You just repeat increases after same amount of stitches and get like the proper fit for your size. This is it. Then you just continue working on the body and on the sleeve lengths. Yeah, so this is it for the Christmas sweaters selection, and we are moving into some kind of home decorations. Let's call it home decoration pieces for this Christmas. I have found few of the ideas, just because we decided to decorate our Christmas tree this year with some knitted decorational pieces. Well, I decided to do so because I want to knit a little bit more and also use some of my stash yarn for that. Yeah, so one of those that I found, that's Tiny Tree Socks by Summerlee. That's a free pattern on Ravelry. I will link all of the patterns I've mentioned here into the description to this video. Also will add some theme codes, so it will make it easier for you to find anything you want here. So these Tiny Tree Socks are meant to use up your stash yarn. Now one more kind of similar decorational piece that I've selected for my Christmas tree. Christmas Caramel by Petiteknit, that's also free pattern that was recently released. I've made one myself already. That's how it looks. So we're gonna make Christmas decorations overall in the blue colors. This year it's my favorite color. So this is why I've made one. Oops. So I have this shiny thread throughout the whole caramel too, and also added this as recommended on the second stripe of the colored yarn. So yeah, it's like quite straightforward pattern. You do several, I guess 8 rows from the cast on, then you do some decreases and increasing those right after. Continue doing these stripes, decreasing, and 8 more rows before the bind off. This is it. Put some filling inside, some stash yarn or hollow fiber if you have that, and then you just add some strands to make it, to create the shape of a candy like this, and add some yarn to put it on your Christmas tree. This is it. So the plan is to make a set of those, like 6 for example. One of these caramels took me several hours to make, but that's a quick result in general. So I can make one per evening to have a set of similar decorations in one week, for example, to create a few of those. Yeah, and we will move also to some paint patterns. That's Christmas bows that I would like to make as well for the Christmas tree, but you can use those for the as a hair bow, for example. I already have Augustins number 22 pattern. That's why I'm gonna make that one. But I know that there is also similar pattern by Petiteknit called December bow that lots of people have already made. I'm still thinking about the colors that I will select, but I want to add also this shiny thin strand of glitter yarn to reflect the light and look like more shiny on the Christmas tree when I put them on. And the last Christmas decoration is called Woodland Stockings. There is like a shorter version, and in November, just recently, was released like a bigger version of this same pattern. Overall, it's a color work decorational stockings for some gifts, for example. You can even try to follow those, I guess, if you have the needed yarn. It includes different designs and different animals with a squirrel, a rabbit, a deer, and bird. So you can just select the animal you like to add to your stocking or make different of those and create the set of stockings for decorations. For the bigger version, there are a few more animals to add. Added some bear, owls, and mooses. So you are free to select whoever you want to add there. I personally would love to knit them all to have like a full set of different animals to select and to create, for example, some advent calendar to put some gifts inside of each sock. There is an interesting part in this pattern as well. It's knitted top down with a chevron textured cuff. so it adds also such an interesting emphasis on the puffs here. In addition to the color work, it is made using 2 colors of worsted weight yarn that makes it even more or less quick knit, I would say, especially taking this color work part of it, so it's gonna go really quick, I think. And if you wanna have more, you can just go for the bigger version that provides like bigger selection, bigger roster of different animals to work with, to add on your pattern. And that was it for today for these Christmas knits ideas. Probably some of those patterns can be selected as a gift knits, or you can make these tiny tree socks as an addition to your Christmas gifts for some friends and relatives. So let me know if you are going to make some of those. Maybe you have already made this Christmas caramel as I did. Yeah, and thank you for watching the video. Follow for more. Leave a like if you found some inspiration in this video, and have a nice meeting. Bye bye.